case of Mali vs. Keeper of the Common Jail, also known as the Wildenhus case, brought forth issues regarding rights to jurisdiction in internal waters, in accordance to international treaties and principles of the UN Convention on the Law of the Seas.
In 1886, an altercation between two crew members aboard a Belgian steamship docked in New Jersey resulted in the death of one of the crew members. The Jersey City Police arrested and held Wildenhus, the accused, in the common jail of Hudson County, New Jersey, pending trial for murder. The Belgian Consul Charles Mali brought forth a writ of habeas corpus asking for the release of Wildenhus and for him to be dealt with under Belgian laws.
The major issue of this case was, does murder aboard a foreign vessel in port affecting only members of the foreign crew constitute a disturbance of tranquility of the port, thereby justifying assertion of jurisdiction by local law enforcement agencies?
Here is some background context in the case. Under Article 11 of the Consular Convention of 1880 between Belgium and the United States, local authorities shall not interfere with the internal order of merchant vessels, except when the disorder of such nature as to disturb the tranquility and public order on shore, in the court, or when the person of the country or a person not belonging to the crew is concerned. Under this convention, Wildenhus should have been granted a writ of habeas corpus and tried under Belgian laws. However, based on the principles of the UN Convention on the Laws of the Sea, the state has the right to enforce its laws in full on all private ships docked in internal waters, if it chooses to do so. Although, in practice, states often do not interfere in the affairs of a ship in its internal waters for commercial and trade purposes.
Based on these international treaties and principles, the following arguments were made. The Belgian consul argued that based on the Convention on the Article 11 of the Consular Convention, Belgium has jurisdiction over the case because both of the crew members involved, the accused and the deceased, were of Belgian descent. Because the altercation occurred on board the ship, specifically below deck, and no persons other than the Belgian crew members were present at the time of the altercation, it did not affect the tranquility of the port and public order, therefore denying New Jersey the right of jurisdiction under the UN laws of the sea. The state of New Jersey argued, in contrary, that based on the principles of the UN Convention on the Laws of the Sea, because the altercation happened in their internal waters, they hold jurisdiction on the case and have the right to arrest and try Wildenhus. Second, the serious nature of the incident resulting in murder warrants a disturbance to tranquility and public order, and the right to jurisdiction in their territory.
In addition to Article 11 of the Consular Convention and the Laws of the Sea, similar cases of the Sally and the Newton provided relevant precedents. In these cases, jurisdiction was given to the flag state of the merchant vessels.
So, what did the U.S. Supreme Court decide? Well, the court decided in favor of New Jersey, arguing that they had the jurisdiction to hold and try Wildenhus, and denied the right of habeas corpus requested by the Belgian consul. The court reasoned that the crime of a murder, felonious homicide, in itself is a disturbance to the peace of the port. Furthermore, based on widely accepted principles found in multiple treaties governing a consul's authority, a ship must adhere to local criminal jurisdiction.
The decisions in this case have continued implications on cases regarding jurisdiction on internal waters. For example, in the case of Kennard versus Mellon, the U.S. enforced its jurisdiction on a merchant ship in its waters. The court noted that a merchant ship that voluntarily chooses to enter the territorial limits of another country subjects itself to that country's jurisdiction. Although a port has the right to choose not to exercise its jurisdiction, it is up to the state of the port to decide whether or not to exercise its full jurisdictional rights.